tracks occasionally and just consider himself, but he likes to inch forward. And this is a steady start from both men. Gafurov just loses his balance and he goes for that swinging back kick. And Tynanes looks to take advantage by easing him towards the circle wall.
He's got the longest win streak in one championship lightweight history. It goes way back to May 13th of 06. It's just been so long that he's been in there. The 6th of May, 2013. Tynanes getting out there to eating some leg kicks from Gafurov. Gafurov's got very heavy shots. Look how big Gafurov is too. Can you imagine this guy coming all the way down to featherweight?
Tynanes seems to be moving smoothly, just short on that right hand. Both of them have been just a little short with their fists up to now. But Lowen looks the smoother of the two in terms of their movement in the stand-up.
This is where Tynanes excels. Very strong inside that body lock. He's been working hard on his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu out there at Island BJJ. But will it be enough to stop the black belt Gafurov?
Gafurov with his back to the circle wall there. Gets the arms underneath the armpits.
Keep going.
Knees to the side of the body from Gafurov. Yuji Shimada thought about interrupting there but changed his mind.
Lowen says, no, keep going, he's fine. He can eat that groin shot, no problem. He's in a dominant position. See how he's got that underhook? He's got a very tight grip, but Gafurov's coming over the top and he's cradled the arm there. So Lowen's not able to let go of some of that ground and pound, but he's able to get it free and get two underhooks now. Expect Gafurov to go for a ride now if Tynanes can lock his hands.
That's certainly what he's looking to do, and Gafurov's looking to stop it, isn't he? Oh, digs in that left hand to the body, Lowen. It's a solid blow. Couldn't get much backlift on it, but he certainly dug it in there.
Tynanes drops down to attack the legs, but Gafurov's doing a very good job of keeping this on his feet. He's only on one leg, too. He's created a knee shield with his left, just so Lowen Tynanes can't really drop down and attack those legs. Gafurov's very tricky here.
Tries to get hold of that left leg, Lowen. It's locked to the ground, though. Got a big, steady stance, Gafurov. Years of experience, enabling him to just solidify that stance. Try lifting that left leg off the ground if it doesn't want to be lifted. That's the problem that Lowen Tynanes has. Digs in a left hand upstairs to Gafurov's jaw. Works hard with the knees as well, sends a few more to that Gafurov jaw.
Those were two really rapid-fire left hands that pop Gafurov's head back. Yuji Shimada's seen enough of the clinch. Wants to get these guys in the middle of the circle.
You'll see the fluidity in Lowen's movement. A little bit stiffer, Gafurov, as he comes forward, but he's coming forward all the time.
Yeah, he stands pretty flat-footed in his stand-up, but when he lets go with some serious heat.
Looking for that straight right hand out of a fairly square-on orthodox stance, Lowen. Oh, nice left hook, and that landed flush on the jaw, and it shook Gafurov slightly, and he lands again at close quarters with the same punch.
Yeah, I like that left hand of Tynanes touching the chin of Gafurov. He drops down last 10 seconds as the clapper goes. Almost able to secure a takedown, but Gafurov popped right back up. It's hard to get top position on Gafurov.
Tough first round for those two. Gafurov with his back to the circle wall for much of the time. Lowen applying that pressure, but what could he do in that position to impress the judges, Mitch?
You know, it was a little bit of this right here, just touching, working in those positions, doing a little bit of striking just to show dominance, but also he is controlling where the match is taking place. You know, he might not be able to take him down, he might not be able to let go of strikes, but he is pressing him up against the wall, and that's where he wants him. He wants him right there. Gafurov can't get away, so it is showing positional dominance. But he's got to do a little bit more than that if he wants to stop the man, Marat Gafurov, the Cobra.
Seconds out. Seconds out, ladies.
Well, this renaissance in terms of diet and just general well-being that you described for us so well earlier on, Mitch, will certainly help Lowen during the course of this bout, but it must also have meant that the whole camp process, all of his training must have been easier, and he must have been able to achieve new heights in the process as well, all of which may well pay dividends now that he's in the One Championship circle with such a world-class opponent. Another former One World Champion that Lowen Tynanes has got the better of, by the way, is Honorio Bonario. It was back in January of 2019.
That was the last time we got to see Tynanes in the circle, and he looked spectacular in there.
Gafurov moving with great care.
Gafurov looks pretty stiff when he's throwing those leg kicks, but when they land, you can hear them. See Tynanes trying to attack the lower leg, but Gafurov's very light on that lead foot, keeping it up, using it as a knee shield.
Big swinging right hand from Lowen. I think might have just grazed that beard of Marat, and that was a more solid blow. Straight right that landed flush on the jaw. So once again, Gafurov with his back to the wall.
Let's see if Tynanes can complete the takedown at this time. Gafurov's really strong inside the clinch. You see how upright he is? He's on one leg, showcasing good balance, but once Tynanes gets those hands locked, it is very difficult to stop the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Beautiful job here of Gafurov to work his way right back up. Looks like he's possibly attacking a Kimura, but the head position of Tynanes is going to defend that.
Tynanes is actually 3 centimeters taller than Gafurov, but in this position where Gafurov has his back to the wall, it looks as if he's the taller man. Tynanes, of course, coming at him at an angle there, leaning into him. So always underneath his chin.
Gafurov is so strong, though. Tynanes ragdolls most opponents, and Gafurov is just popping right back up. He's been able to hold down most of his opponents, but not Gafurov. Gafurov just keeps standing right back up. Not being very offensive in this clinch, but he is touching Tynanes with those hands.
Oh, that's a good solid punch with the left hand from Lowen. They exchange knees, and Gafurov still putting in the greater volume of knees. Right hand to the side of the body from Lowen as well. 2 minutes 20 left of this second round. 3x5 mixed martial arts in the lightweight division. Back to the center of the circle. The lightweight champion Christian Lee will be watching this one with great interest. Marat going for the right hand, but it was somewhat telegraphed. Lowen able to just get out of range. Couldn't get back into range in order to capitalize on that slip, though.
You know, I was talking to Marat earlier this week, and he says that the last time he competed against Yuri Lepikis, he was suffering from a really bad back injury. And I know the theme of this matchup has all been about Lowen Tynanes' renewed sense of vigor from his diet, but Marat Gafurov was able to sort of repair and rehab his lower back injury, and now he is looking really good and really strong in a lot of these exchanges. And he spent this time also working on his health and recovery. We're seeing a very good balance between both these guys.
Well, he does look in good shape, but I think as you and I know, lower back problems do affect your movement and your agility generally, and he looks slightly the stiffer of the two, that's for sure. That just might naturally be an aspect of the two athletes here. So Lowen takes one where he doesn't want to be taken.
Gafurov apologizing right there for that low blow.
Yuji Shimada calling a timeout. 5 minutes will be allocated to Lowen Tynanes to get a full recovery. Doesn't look as if he's going to need all of that time.
A lot of groin shots tonight, though, Steve.
Yeah, they have. Actually, that looked high. I don't think that was really... Perhaps he might have sort of scraped the foul-proof protector on the way up, but not as bad as some of the impacts we've seen this evening. And I think we'll find that Lowen gets stuck into the action again pretty soon. This gives MARAT GAFUROV a moment just to consider.
Ladies and gentlemen, our athlete is good to continue, and this match will resume.
Just to consider if he needs to step up the pace a bit or change his game plan slightly.
MARAT GAFUROV throwing those feet, man. He gets, you know, a little bit of, fancy with his footwork every now and then. He's just really confident in his Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Jumping, spinning back kick. Lowen's like, I can take to the air too, man.
And digging those toes to the stomach in the process. That was a very effective kick. Lowen just fidgety, isn't he? Moving left to right. Mainly orthodox, but threatens to switch to southpaw occasionally. A constantly moving target, and that was a nice little right hand for him as MARAT came in.
Yeah, if Lowen can stay nice and tight and just time one of these shots correctly, he might be able to catch Gafurov coming in and when he's opened up, because these are really wide angle shots thrown by Gafurov. There's Tynanes entering into that clinch with a beautiful little overhand right. Tynanes is also very effective in these short-range exchanges. These tight little clinches, as soon as he creates that little bit of separation, you can see he starts to let go those hands and those elbows, landing some very significant shots. It's been a close battle so far. You know, we're seeing two high-level grapplers just kind of engage in the clinch. They're not really showing any dominance inside the clinch by getting somebody to the ground. But what we are seeing is a very entertaining stand-up battle.
Seconds out, please.
So we approach the climax of this contest. How will the judges see this? Looking at the 15 minutes all together, not splitting their scoring up round by round. That's the global rule set we employ in mixed martial arts at One Championship.
I think if either one of these athletes could land a series of significant shots, I think they might be able to tilt it in their favor.
It's there for the taking, isn't it?
Yeah, but they really got to want it. They really got to push forward. Not only is Tynanes defending that number 5 spot in the lightweight division, but he's also defending that O. He's undefeated currently with 10 straight victories. So I'm sure that O is very important to him. It gives you a sense of swagger and confidence every single time you set foot inside the circle.
Very possible that many viewers watching at home will see that Lowen Tynanes is slightly ahead, but he hasn't really done an awful lot to consolidate whatever lead he might have, although he might be moving there now. MARAT, though, gets a hold of his head.
Again, MARAT was able to pop right back up. That's the third time that's happened. Tynanes was able to get him down, but not quite keep him there. Doesn't quite secure the complete takedown because MARAT pops right back up. Very hard to hold down.
At 3:40 left in this final round, there's a lot of scope for either of these athletes to push this one through, capture the judge's eye, and get their nod. Exchanging knees once again with MARAT with his back to the wall.
That's a pummeling going in. You can see him exchanging these over-under positions. It's kind of neutral, right? It's 50-50. MARAT's got an overhook, MARAT's got an underhook. Tynanes got an overhook, he's got an underhook. Oh, MARAT's able to turn it around now because MARAT told me that he wants to keep this match standing, but now he's transitioning and he's trying to take Lowen down. See if he can complete this single leg, but look at the defense from Tynanes, how he's pushing that head down.
Changing the center of gravity, changing the weight distribution. Very intelligent positioning.
Oh, look at that, how Gafurov snuck around and tapped the other leg and was able to almost complete it. Let's see if he can get it. Oh, he's almost fully flattened out, but that's a completed takedown by MARAT Gafurov. That's huge right there, Steve. That is gonna weigh heavily on the judges. Tynanes is not used to being put on his back like this, but now we get to see some of that BJJ that Coach Jason over there at Island BJJ was talking about from Tynanes.
But this is where Gafurov likes to be. Maybe he can find his way around the back of there and sink in that rear naked choke that he's always loved so much.
Oh, Gafurov able to muscle Tynanes down again.
That was some feat of strength. Inside the final 2 minutes now.
Oh, this is where Gafurov lives and breathes. He's going back to his strength. Interesting transition.
Takes some hammer blows to the hip from Tynanes, who bothers him also with the elbow. You can hear the breathing.
130.
Tynanes can't see his target, but sends in a few punches behind him. Manages to turn around so that they're face to face again. And now Tynanes, to a degree, has Gafurov's back and throws in some hammer blows to that exposed head.
You can see Tynanes trying to hit the switch, reaching into the leg, but Gafurov's very strong when he switches into that grappling mode. Let's see what Tynanes can do here. I think he might have been up in the second, but this is tilting the odds into Gafurov's favor.
Into the final minute. Will he be able to tilt those odds sufficiently well? More hammer blows from Tynanes.
Tynanes is hard to hold down, but look at the way Gafurov's lacing that leg. Just gives him better control. Gafurov's so tricky, but Tynanes is impossible to hold down as he pops right back up. Neither of these guys willing to concede the bottom position.
The Russian in constant pursuit now as Tynanes rests his head on the cage post with his back to his opponent, under the kosh somewhat, knees to the back of the leg, and feeling the pressure applied by Gafurov. Maneuvers himself round, digs in a couple of blows himself, one to the body, three to the head. Gafurov goes after that single leg, absorbs some hammer blows on the ear. Tynanes working that right fist and now the left, but still the pressure comes from Gafurov in the dying seconds of this contest, which finishes with a right cross from Tynanes to MARAT Gafurov's draw. How will the judges see this one?
What a battle of attrition, just going back and forth. Look at Tynanes elevating the leg, sweeps out the support. Gafurov popped right back up, and then Gafurov's like, hold my beer, it's my turn to take you down. Easily gets him down. Not easily, sorry, that was an overestimation, but he worked very hard to get Tynanes down. Impossible to keep this man down. They both popped right back up. What an entertaining contest, Steve.
I don't envy the judges, I must say. Let's get their decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of battle, we turn now to the judges' scorecards. Judge number 1 calls this contest in favor of the blue corner. Judge number 2 calls this contest in favor of the red corner. And judge number 3 calls this contest in favor of your winner by split decision. From the red corner, MARAT Gafurov.
Gafurov gets the nod. Tynanes accepts their decision. That was a contest that ebbed and flowed. My goodness me. How did you call it at home?